The moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. In the heat of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you past the goal you had aimed for. And by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. Do not allow success to go to your head. There is no substitute for strategy and careful planning. Set a goal. And when you reach it, stop. In 559 BC, Cyrus the Great was unstoppable. His great army, gathered from the scattered tribes of Persia, had won triumphant victory after another. Cyrus defeated Astyages, the king of the Medes, and crowned himself king of Media and Persia. Now he began to forge the Persian Empire. He marched on Lydia, the Ionian Islands, and other smaller kingdoms, and defeated them all. He then marched on mighty Babylon and crushed it, capturing all the gold and riches of that great city. Cyrus the Great was now king of the world. Drunk with success, and instead of consolidating his power, he decided to move east against the barbaric tribes of the Massagetae, led by the warlord, Queen Tomyris. The Massagetae lacked the riches of Babylon, there was little to be gained, but Cyrus believed himself unbeatable and decided to attack them anyway. In 529 BC, Cyrus marched to the edge of the wide river Arachus, gateway to the kingdom of the Massagetae. Queen Tomyris sent a message to Cyrus, asking him to reconsider and understand the risk involved in a war against the Massagetae. The queen preferred to live in peace, but was confident of her army's strength. And if Cyrus was intent on battle, she did not wish to delay the inevitable. If Cyrus truly desired to fight, she offered to withdraw her troops to their side of the river, allowing Cyrus to cross the wide river safely and fight her army on the eastern side. Cyrus agreed, but decided to play a trick on the barbarous Massagetae, who knew few luxuries. Cyrus would set up camp on the east side of the river with his weakest troops, withdrawing the rest of his army. He prepared an elaborate banquet table there, filled with the finest food, meat and strong wine. Soon the Massagetae sent a large detachment to attack the camp, and in a fierce battle, killed all the Persians. Then, overwhelmed by the lavish feast left behind, they ate and drank to their heart's content. Later, inevitably, they fell into a deep sleep. Cyrus was ready. His army descended on the sleeping Massagetae, and killed many of them. They took Spargapises, the son of Queen Tomyris, captive. The queen offered Cyrus a deal: return her son, and she would allow Cyrus and his army to leave her country without a fight. But, if he refused her offer, she vowed to Cyrus that she would give him more blood than he could drink, for all his gluttony. Cyrus scoffed at the queen's offer. He considered himself superhuman, incapable of defeat. He would crush these barbarians. The captive queen's son, Spargapises, seeing he would not be released, could not stand the humiliation, and killed himself. Queen Tomyris, overwhelmed with grief, and then anger, whipped her tribe of savage warriors into a blood frenzy. The Massagetae went after the Persians, and engaged them in a violent and bloody battle. Finally, the Massagetae prevailed, they decimated the Persian army, and killed Cyrus. After the battle, the queen and her troops searched the battlefield for the body of Cyrus. When they found it, Queen Tomyris cut off his head, and shoved it in a wineskin full of human blood, fulfilling her vow of giving him his fill of blood. After Cyrus died, the Persian Empire quickly unraveled. One act of arrogance undid all of Cyrus's great accomplishments. It was on the ruins of the great Assyrian Empire that Cyrus the Great built his empire. The Assyrians had fallen because they pushed too far. They overextended themselves. And now, Cyrus had done the same thing. So, what can we learn here from Cyrus the Great? The many victories of Cyrus had gone to his head, and clouded his reasoning. Victory after victory had fooled him into thinking he could never lose. The attack on the Massagetae had little upside. Drunk with victory, he ignored the lesson of Assyria. He dismissed the words of his advisors. And he was not concerned about offending a queen. The lessons are clear. In the realm of power, you must be guided by reason. The emotional high of victory should never influence your next move. When you attain success, step back. Be cautious. Don't simply repeat the same action that gave you victory, again and again. Understand how each circumstance is different. and use objective, sober reasoning before you make your next move. The essence of strategy is controlling what comes next. The elation of victory can ruin your ability to control what comes next, in two ways. First, you owe your success to a pattern, and now you are likely to repeat it. The same pattern or direction may not be the best move. Second, success tends to go to your head, making you emotional and feeling invincible. Your reasoning ability and decision-making are compromised. Remember, the foundation of power is the ability to control your emotions. After victory can be a good time to strengthen your power base, so that it becomes more effective and secure. Don't repeat the mistake of Cyrus. After victory, don't allow other people to push you past your mark and into dangerous waters. Think how you will deal with such people. After victory can be a good time to ask yourself, what role did circumstance play in this victory? What part did luck or good fortune play in this victory? You need to answer these questions before you make your next move. After victory is a good time to consider changing your rhythm. Power often requires the alternating of force and cunning. Using too much force creates a counter-reaction. Using too much cunning eventually becomes predictable. The powerful vary their rhythm and patterns, change course, adapt to circumstances, and learn to improvise. If you serve a master, after a victory is a good time to consider him. People who push too hard are often motivated by a desire to please the master. But when you serve a master, it is often wise to carefully hold back, letting him get the glory and never making him uneasy. And finally, after victory is a good time to stop. What comes last sticks in the mind as a kind of exclamation point. The best time to stop and walk away is after a victory. Luck and circumstance always play a role in power. Good luck is more dangerous than bad luck. Bad luck teaches you valuable lessons about patience, timing, and the need to be prepared for the worst. Good luck deludes you into thinking your brilliance will carry you through. The good luck that got you to the top can turn on a dime and become the bad luck that brings you down. Keep in mind, your caution after victory should never make you hesitate or lose momentum, but rather act as a safeguard against rash action. Don't overrate momentum. Rely on thoughtful strategy. You create your own successes, and if they follow one right after another, it is your own doing.